Hey everybody, we're back here with another product. This is Get It or Forget It with the Motorola Xoom. This device just came out and it's brand new. It's on loan, and I've been given pretty much just a few days just to check it out. Right here we have a great form factor in a tablet, which is pretty much every tablet on the market. Think about it. Anyways, there's a few differences though. This one from the get has a camera in the front, a camera in the back with flash, two speakers in the back, which are right here in the corners. I don't know why. If you're holding it like this, you're pretty much covering the speakers. It does have a volume toggle right here in the top, excuse me, on the side, and on the bottom it's got the micro USB connector to charge it up, and I believe that's a video cable output. One last thing, it does have the Verizon. This is a Verizon device, by the way, but you don't necessarily have to have it activated. It does come with a SIM card slot, and it only takes the Verizon 4G. Right below this little tray, it has a micro SD card slot, and you can go all the way up to 32. I believe that's the highest they get out right now. As far as form factor, there's one little gripe. It took me a minute without anybody telling me where the unlock button was on this device. Keep in mind it lacks physical buttons, pretty much. If you're holding it like this, facing you, on the back, you should touch a button. I don't know. It's whatever. You might like it, some might not. I personally found that pretty annoying. Alright, just like any other Android, you can unlock it by pushing something out of the way. And it pretty much, this is Android, the first device with Android 3.0. Again, like I said, lacks any physical keyboards. Everything is touch screen, virtual on the touch screen. And there's a few things that I'm going to tell you that I like about Android 3.0. I'm not going to talk much about Android 3.0. I'm going to talk pretty much about the device and the way it's running. This is a dual core device, by the way. So it's a 1 gigahertz device. It's running dual core. Extremely fast, extremely snappy, and it pretty much runs anything on the Android marketplace right now. Even though it's the Android marketplace doesn't really have that many apps that run in the tablet, but they run just fine on this device. Right here on the bottom, we have the home button back, and this right here, buddies, is the what is it called? The multitask. It has all the applications that I've been running recently, and it's pretty much got them all. I mean, you don't need to go any further than 5 or so they thought. But anyways, it's something that Motorola has to deal with later, maybe with a firmware update later on. Right here on the bottom, you have a clock, and you have a pretty much what's running all the time. Another gripe of mine about Android 3.0 is that if a lot of you didn't know how to get to settings with Android 3.0, right here on the bottom, you touch it, and right here it has it looks like slides. You touch that, and it brings you to the screen right here, and on the bottom it says settings. It's kind of a lot of work for settings, isn't it? But anyways, you pretty much have everything else out here. Let's go to About Tablet. And model number is Motorola Xoom, Android version 3.0.1, build number HRI66. I don't know if you can see that, but anyways, let's go back and let's just talk about the tablet itself. It's a pretty fast tablet. I really haven't seen it slow down at all. It's got an updated web browser just for this tablet. The gallery, just like any other gallery, has got pinch to zoom. Extremely great quality, by the way. It's pretty nice. I really like this tablet. And the virtual keyboard, the virtual buttons really haven't been giving me too much trouble either. I mean, they're pretty sturdy. They're pretty easy to use, and there might be a few settings that I need to work with, probably haptic feedback and maybe a little click, so when you press it you hear something or you feel it, you know what I mean. Anyways, right here on the top we have the apps. and you move it to the side. Just like I said, this is, it's got all the apps that regular Android Marketplace has. It will play them. It will work just fine. Just as an example, let's open one. And this is the one for the normal Android devices on the Android Marketplace. Just letting this open just to show you, I guess, a little bit. I mean, as you can see, it covers the whole screen. It pretty much as you can see, everything else works. Alright, let's get out of there. And I guess a few things. I mean, it runs pretty much anything. Email, Gmail, Google Talk, Google Voice, anything Google. It will work just fine. I guess we might want to go into the messaging. Let's open an email here and let's, I don't know, let's make up a new one. Alright, well, I was gonna reply to one, but anyways, let's look at the keyboard here. The keyboard is split. It's a split keyboard. The reason it's a split keyboard because if you're grabbing it right here side to side, one hand here, one hand here, you can pretty much type with your thumbs. As you can see, I pretty much cover everything. It's got numbers right here in the center, and it's got different keys right here on the other side, including arrows up, down, side to side, and it does work. I mean, it's an okay keyboard. I personally though prefer the other keyboard because I like typing with one hand, and I am actually pretty good at it. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll play with it and see how it works out. What else should I go with? I mean, this is pretty much a Android 3.0, and if you're used to the other Android versions, I mean 2.2, 2.3, it pretty much does anything those versions can do, except that this is a little bit more updated. It's got a different look, no physical buttons, and it does have a dual core processor. Extremely well made tablet. If you ask me, aside from being a contender to the iPad, I think this completely obliterates the iPad because it is open. You don't have to worry about Apple telling you you can or cannot do with something you bought. Keep in mind, you spend money for this device. You should be able to do whatever you want to with it. Am I correct? Am I wrong for it? But anyways, as far as get it or forget it, I say get it. Price wise though, it is a little bit more expensive. It is around $600, $650. I've seen some places running it at $700. I'd say it's a little bit more expensive than it should be. This device I think should be running around $600 flat. Why? Because it's simple. It's if you want to be a contender to the iPad right now is running around $600 for, I believe, the 16 gigabyte, maybe the 32 Wi-Fi version. You don't have to have Verizon with this one, even though it is set up for Verizon. But if you want to contend with something, you got to keep up with it price wise. But anyways, it's definitely a get it. And as far as me, I think I'm gonna go get my own. I'm tired of this being a loaner, but anyways, there it is, the Motorola Xoom. Thank you very much. Later.